You know I'm all about a good jam. So happy September, guys. I can't believe freaking fall. I'm not ready for it, but ready for football. So wanted to kick off with some announcements. You guys know the main focus, and we're going to go over all of this stuff tonight, is the Mixed Bike and Body launch September 21st. So we have 3 weeks to start prepping for that, which is going to be next week's call. They also are transitioning from calling challenge packs to total solution packs, which I think is kind of cool because it seems a little bit less intimidating and more about like, let's focus on the total solution. 645 still $20 off this month. So that's a great way to think about maybe relaunching that after Labor Day, which I'll talk about tonight. Other announcements, I know Jess and Violetta are launching their nutrition chat. Jess, did you want to share anything about that?
Sure, just like quick overview, it will be a 30-day group starting September 7th. We're going to do it in an Instagram chat. So it's not another bod group for people to check in on. It's a platform that people are in every day anyways. And it'll be self-paced to go through the videos, kind of an and or situation based on each person's preference to choose between Portion Fix and To Be Mindset or both videos, but our job is like helping keep them accountable to what they choose. And then once a week, just like an open Zoom chat session, I'll be on for 45 minutes to say, come with any questions you have. If you want to meal plan during that time, completely acceptable as well. But that's totally the goal. And I think coming out of Labor Day, where a lot of people are traveling or doing large gatherings where they might not feel great, jumping back into nutrition with the routine of school and all that is really going to resonate. So we're really excited. And I know that I need that focus too. So I can't be the only one, but that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, girl. Any other announcements you guys wanted to share or recognition?
I was just talking with Jess, and I just want to shout out all of you because I have been absent, but every single one of you has still been tagging me in your posts in the morning, and that's what keeps everybody coming back. So I appreciate it, and it works, and keep showing up.
Love you, girl. Glad to see you back.
I want to recognize Violetta, who I know has watched this recording because I guess on my phone I can't see her yet. She has been so open to kind of like guidance along the way and has with open arms welcomed the feedback to like continue to ask one of her top customers who shows up like a badass in our challenge group if she wants to coach. And the girl said yes this time after like 4 no's. So I'll let Violetta have that spotlight to welcome her to the team, which she's working on a graphic and all of that, but just really proud of her, the way that she embraced the fact that we always say it might not be yes from the get-go, and she didn't take any of it personal and now has her first working coach.
Love that. Any other recognition? I wanted to shout out Megan in the group chat because I know she's usually on these calls, but she was sharing some frustration this week. And I think that's so necessary because I think too many of us sit in our island when we hear lots of no's or we start doubting ourselves in our journey. And sometimes all you need to do is just like, let it out and like realize you're not the only one. And it just makes everything a lot lighter. And I think she really realized that it's like, who cares if you didn't hit Success Club last month? Like you're setting yourself up for now, which I'm super duper excited to talk about tonight. Anything else, guys, before we get started? All right. I did make some slides. I promise you, they're from Canva, so I cannot take credit for them. It's literally Canva presentation is the best thing ever. But I like to be organized. Otherwise, I will talk forever. And I promise to try and keep this at 30 minutes to respect your time. So planning your month for success. This is something I will be honest with you guys. I am a squirrel brain. I get very distracted. Allie knows I send her random freaking messages at like any sort of time of the day with just ideas and thoughts. I'm a creative person. So for me to be able to hit my goals over the last seven years, I really had to learn what were those main things to focus on. And I know we talked about this, I think last week or the week before. Kristen had mentioned, like, I'm so overwhelmed, where do I even begin? And to me, overwhelm is just like you have a lack of knowledge and clear, concise goal to work towards and knowing where to go to it. So I'm going to break down for you guys. We do two things as coaches, right? One thing we do is we help people get results, while obviously we're doing that for ourselves. And also we help people get business results, whatever that looks like for them. And you guys are all on this call and you might be thinking like, oh, I haven't helped anyone get business results. Well, you are here wanting to build a business because you're giving your time to this team call. So there is somebody else that is watching you that wants that, but it might take them 3 or 4 times to ask, right? So everything that I share, you got to invite to. So I'm giving you the permission slip to be excited about the things that we're doing as a team this month and figure out where you can start. And it is based on building blocks that are simple and clear and fun if we all do it together. So everything that I'm going to share with you guys, I've learned from Melanie Mitro in many different trainings. I have to give her credit. And honestly, it's how I built my business the first 2 to 3 years. Whenever I get overwhelmed or like lost in the sea of whatever, I come back to this template, and it is the core and heart and soul, I feel, of how you can really move people through and have things to invite to that don't feel icky or weird. And it's a very natural progression that helps you hit your goals. So we all know that we have a team calendar always pinned to the top of the hub. It is always there. I encourage you guys to tag any of your challengers or coaches on that, because all the goods are there, right? Our coach training links are on there. The link to the national wake up calls on there, important like forms we use over and over again about switching customer to coach, all that good stuff is always all there. You guys have access to it. So just to kind of go over what's going on this month from the Beachbody side is the stuff on the left. So there's a beach bar sale the second week essentially of September. Total solution packs are coming out, which we talked about. And really the main flashing lights thing is Body and Mixed Bike coming out September 21st. And then you guys know 645 is $20 off. Now, what I tend to do on the team calendar is the special things I put in pink. So every Wednesday, you guys know we have team calls. They're all there. Every Thursday is pay and rank advancement day. But the special things to know what's coming up are in pink. And so what I did is I went through and color coded this calendar, which I will also add to the group chat after this, because I'm a visual person. Again, I'm a creative, so I need to know what's going on. So the format that we're going to break down tonight, every single month, this team is going to do a free group with a deadline, a challenge group with a deadline, and what I want to call, we haven't settled on a name, but something like Pay It Forward Week, AKA Coach Invite Week. Okay. Some sort of coach party, something like that. Allie and I are still working on it. So that will be new and improved. But this is how your month should flow. So for the next week, you should be, the way I think about it, always inviting to challenge group first, kind of those first 2 weeks of the month. And when someone says no, you go and invite to the free group. Does that make sense? So I always think about it leading with, why would I not give them the biggest, best opportunity to be a part of my team first? And when they say no, then give them the option to do a free group second. Okay. So if you're just starting out and maybe you just want to bring some people, like a lot of eyes in on free groups first, you can totally lead with free group and get comfortable with inviting again, or as a new coach, get comfortable inviting to a free group. I, as a new coach, I was kind of intimidated. I didn't know what my friends were going to think when I started posting all this fitness stuff. But I was just like, you know what? Who cares? I posted in the group chat tonight, guys. Someone posted on my feed literally before this call. My social media feed used to be fun, and now it's just complaining, negativity, sadness, and separation. if that doesn't give you like a flashing light headshot, like smack in the face, that what we have here is special and important, and it is a damn shame to not share it, I don't know what else does. Because when I saw that, I was like F, I need to put up a damn good post tonight after this call when I'm fired up, because I cannot let that person sit and think that the world is just always, because I've been feeling it too. But we have fun things that happen here when we all do it together. So what does that look like? So week 1 is free group. So starting September 7th, the same day that Jess is going to be launching Everything with the Nutrition, we have a free Facebook group that is also linked on the top of the team calendar. We run a lot of our launch groups in there. I know a few of you have run it in the past, but every single month from here on out, there's going to be a free group run. So I already have posts scheduled for all of it, and the theme is going to be taking back your time. So you guys can go share the shit out of that all over your social media. You know, what are people going to do this weekend? They're going to overeat, they're going to vacation, they're going to road trip, they're going to be tired AF, and they're going to come back Tuesday feeling like crap. So this is a perfect alignment to say, hey, let's take back our routines. It's back to school. A lot of teachers know this, a lot of kids, families, all that good stuff. It's going to perfectly align to everything we're doing. So the purpose of free groups is to provide value, right? And sometimes we go into free groups and what happens? Nobody participates and we feel like our work isn't worth it. And then it's like, what's the point of doing it? So I'm going to be asking a few of you guys over the next week who wants to go live and share their story. You don't need to schedule it with me. You don't need to ask permission. Every single one of you has a special story here and has a leadership potential. Post in there, tag in there. What do you want your team to do? Do you guys want to get in a bod group with 5 of your friends and nobody post or comment or share a picture or anything? That's not really that fun to me. So you have to be the leader and do that first. You can't just stick people in a free group and think, okay, Danielle did all the posts, so I'm going to invite like crazy and throw all my people in there, because that won't work, right? It's up to all of us as a team to make an effort like, hey, I'm going to set a 5-minute timer every day at 1 o'clock because that's my lunchtime, and I'm going to go engage in the free group, or I'm going to put a post in the free group, or whatever. It doesn't really matter what it is, guys. I have just found that when I've built excitement and FOMO and community, that transfers over to challenge groups because it teaches people what our team is actually about. So what Melanie usually says is it takes about 3 free groups to convert someone to an actual challenger. They're testing the waters. So don't expect that because you added somebody in here on September 1st, that they're going to be super interactive and engaged and say yes. They're going to come to you in November and be like, oh yeah, I've seen this 3 times now. I really actually want to join. So you get to decide, what do you want your team to look like in November now? By how many eyes and excitement and FOMO you bring now, because our business runs in a 3-month cycle. So what your job is for the next week is to highly focus on inviting to the challenge group and have the free group as an option in your back pocket. Don't wait until Friday to invite. You got to start after you get off this call now, so we can share invite samples in the message pod. I know I don't like talking to myself, so I'm calling all of us out to say, let's come up with some ideas. If you guys are struggling with what to say, post it. If you have something that went really well, post it. If you have a combo you're stuck on, post it. That is why we are all here, to support and encourage one another. So what this looks like for me personally, day 1 will be Tuesday. So for the next 6 days, I'm going to be inviting like crazy. I set 10 invites out before this call and I worked 11, 12 hours today. So there's no excuse. We all have time and we all can make this a priority. So on day 1 of Tuesday, the free group, you better be engaging with whatever posts are in there, and you better be privately checking in with everybody, asking, how can I help you? Did you see the first post today? What's going on? I'm going to be also posting in there for them to be able to access some of the free workouts so they can try that out throughout the week. And then on Thursday, you want to go back and check in with them again and say, how are you liking things? Did you get a chance to try out the workout? I'd love to continue with you on this journey. I'm starting this new group for September. Maybe you want to start another group of 645 or whatever program you guys want to launch. You get to decide what that works for you. I personally am going to be doing the bike and body launch in a special way branded to my team. So you want to think about it as, okay, what do I like? What do I get excited about? And that may be totally different than what Danielle and Allie and Jess get excited about. But it doesn't really matter. It just matters that you do it and you take action and you give people the opportunity to say yes. So the goal for every month, and I teach my coaches this, which is why I believe Allie has made this a priority the last year, because she saw me do it for 5 years before she said yes to coaching, is our goal is always SC 10 by the 10th. And that's scary at first when you've never done it. But you know what's more scary is letting people sit on social media being negative and down and out and alone and isolated. This is something fun that is free and it has a community component attached to it. So you got to go into it with excitement about it for yourself, and you get to decide what kind of energy you bring. Because like I said, free groups don't work if Danica adds 10 people of her people in and then she disappears for the week and they just see scheduled posts. Like that's very inauthentic, and we don't do things that way, right? We do things personally. So make a goal for yourself. How many people do you want in the free group? And I want you guys to post in the chat so we can all hold ourselves accountable. How many people are you bringing into the free group before Tuesday? It's free. There's literally like no reason that all of us can't have at least 5 people in there. But whatever your number is, put in the chat. We'll all hold each other to it. All right, I'm going to pause for a second, ask if there's anything. Inviting to the challenge group includes a total solution package. So that's totally up to you, Kristen. I personally don't add anybody into my bod groups unless they are getting a challenge pack. Yes, but totally up to you. Love it. 10, Sarah. Okay, I better see the rest of you putting your minimum people. All right, any questions around free group? Makes sense? Excited? Jamie, you need 10. We're upping that. Come on. All right, so I load all these people into my free group. They're getting really excited. They're seeing what our team's like. They're seeing stories. They're seeing people talk. They're seeing that we're real, authentic humans. Because here's the deal. What did you guys think before you were a part of this team? Like when you looked at your coach, what did you think? I'm putting you on the spot. Allie, what did you think of me? If you didn't even know me, I was on Facebook. We've never met in person. Fun fact.
True fun fact. Like when I saw you, like when I joined, what do you mean?
Yeah, like what did you think of Beachbody? Like, did you?
So I'd done Beachbody before, but
True.
it had other coaches, and I switched to you because I liked your authenticity, and I related with you with hokey stuff and Lisa Litzer. So I had that relatable, but I mean, you're super positive, and it's authentic in your invites and just conversations we had had.
Not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just asking. Anyone else want to share what they thought of Beachbody before they were like actually in the community?
I was going to say, I never saw my coach post about anyone else other than her experience. So I didn't even know until I actually started coaching and she threw me into a coach group that there was a bigger community behind all of this.
Such a good light bulb moment to make sure you share the community publicly. Because I think sometimes we think, oh, well, people know. Like I do my workouts and they know. And it's like, people don't know. They don't know the extent. All right, so challenge groups. The idea here then is you have a funnel now. You have a funnel of free people that are sitting, and you get to have that conversation with them over that free group week of learning more about their goals, of easing into what are they struggling with, of what does their schedule look like, what are they currently doing for their health and fitness. So it is your job during the free group to also have those personal connections behind the scenes. And then it's easy to hit Success Club, guys, because you hustled real hard this next week. And really for me, I like to think of it as the last week of the month and the first week of the month, but it's okay. We're here on the first, so we're all at 0. And you get to think about who are you talking to and what are her pain points. So I would really take some time after this call and think about right now, what is Sarah and Emily and Kristen, what are you guys struggling with? What are the things that are bothering you right now? What are the things that your community has helped you work through? What are you growing with in this journey right now? Why are you still here? Why are you on this call? Why is it important to you? And are you sharing those things publicly through your consistent posting, right? Because posting is an opportunity to have one bucket of exposure. The free group is another level of exposure to the people that we want to help. And then the behind the scenes connections, the messaging is kind of that third layer to me. So it's, you never run out of people to invite when you're constantly adding people to your network, you're adding eyes to your network. It all is a flow, it's all a cycle. So if you're at the beginning and you're like, I have no one to talk to, nobody's on my page, that's where you start. You always start at the bottom and you build the funnel from the top. So I think for me personally, at this point in my business, I don't give a shit, excuse my French, what anybody thinks of me or what we do, because there's 630 of you that I don't know, freaking love this community. So it is a party that I want to invite to. And that's how I think about it. So whenever I invite somebody after a couple back and forths, Amanda talked a lot about this on her call, Amanda Harridan that we had the other week. Like she goes 2 or 3 interactions and then she's inviting. So you got to do what's right for you and figure out that flow. But for me, I just invite heavily at the beginning of the month. I don't think about it. I don't sit there and wonder what they're going to say. I don't take notes personally. I just know it's part of the process and it's data for me to understand where that person's at and how I can serve them. So, okay. And then just a reminder, like 95% of my team I met on social media first. So I think that's just a good reminder that every single girl in this picture that you guys see is from social media. Stephanie is from Facebook. Megan met my downline coach on social media. Jamie actually was a connected friend. Erica, Facebook. Jess met her coach on Facebook. So like, I would not know them without social media. Again, going back to like, why is this important to you? Why are you guys excited to get up in the mornings? Why are you excited about your program? Your people are going to be the same thing, but they only know that if you tell them. So goal for the first 2 weeks is to fill that free group and then fill that challenge group from the free group. Any questions so far? Okay. So this is the last component, and I think far too many of us underserve it, in my opinion, myself included here. So I'm putting out a goal for all of us to have 2 new working coaches a month. And again, I'm speaking to myself here too. Like, I'm ready for new blood. I always get asked, how do you motivate your team? How do you rank advance? How do you keep hitting Success Club? And the answer is always because somebody else is next to me doing it too. Or there's somebody new coming in like, oh shit, if she can do it, I can do it. The only reason, not the only, but one of the biggest reasons I've hit Success Club the last year is because Allie was doing it too. It's not because it was Success Club. It's because I'm like, oh shit, like if my downline coach is hitting these milestones and hitting these goals and wanting to go on the trip next year, like I gotta be there on her first trip. So this to me is where the fun begins, guys. The challenge groups are awesome, right? I'm not negating our programs whatsoever, but Jess and I especially know, and Allie's going to find out, that it's moments like this, sitting at a table surrounded by people who work their butt off and ordering whatever food you wanted without thinking about the price and raising a glass, proud of the lives you got to change, and having a moment in your year where you know all your friends are going to be in the same place and all you got to do is book a flight. Like, you guys got to get there. And maybe it's not on your vision board or you never think it's possible, but I'm telling you it is when you make it a decision. I put up the goals for September. You guys might have seen the post yesterday. And how many people said such broad goals, right? Like, I want to be more consistent, or I want to spend more time with my family. Guys, that's bullshit. You got to decide tonight, what do you want for September? Where do you want to be consistent? What does consistency look like? Like, break it really down and use your upline coach to help. Reach out to the coach message pod to help, because these things, these table pictures don't happen unless you have really clear, concise goals. So the way I think about inviting to a coach sneak peek is I need to be excited about it, which goes back to everything I've shared tonight. If I'm not excited about it, I'm not going to invite to it. So it's kind of like when a program comes out and you're like, I don't know if that really aligns to me. You're not going to go out and like crush it. But when a program like 645 comes out, what happens? Everybody's on board because it aligns to what our team likes. So Allie and I are going to be working behind the scenes and share more information about this, but we are bringing coach sneak peeks back every last week of the month because they matter. And this business has changed my life that I can't keep it quiet anymore in the way that we have. So I want to ask you guys though, when's the last time you hyped the community on your page? When's the last time you set a concrete goal about your team publicly, and then you showed your audience that you did it? So I think that there is really a special moment that happens. It doesn't matter if it takes longer than what you said. It doesn't matter if you don't hit it on the exact day. What matters is you keep working towards it, because that's when people really believe you. Getting that sort of picture is credibility for Jess and I every time I share it, because it shows people that I'm not just somebody working out in my living room. I'm somebody who wants to make a difference in people's lives, and I'm going to get rewarded for that hard work. And I'm serious about doing that. So think about, what were you afraid of? Those hesitations, those doubts. Same thing with challenge groups, applies the same way to the coach sneak peek. And walking through those objections on your post means everything. I will shout out Allie again, because and Jamie, they've both been doing an amazing job of really leveling up and talking about the objections, not even like directly related to the business, but about their people. Like specifically, I think of Allie talking about her mom bod this week. That is such a pain point for people that are exactly at the season of life that she's at. And she talked through it. And I'm sure she's going to say it was like one of the most engaging posts ever, because it was real, it was authentic, and it was to her brand. Exactly why she switched to me as her coach. So I think that there's something to be said in coach sneak peeks are your story. You can talk all day long about my workout was great and my nutrition was awesome, but to me, the heart work of what we do is right here, because you get to really work through people's emotions. That's the beauty of coaching, right? It's, you guys aren't here on a Wednesday night team call because you want to lose 20 pounds. You're here because you care about the community and the difference that it's made in your life on the inside and up here. Because of all the other shit going on in the world, we're in this community, in lack of a better word, like we're in this space where we get to decide how it builds and continues to ripple beyond just our individual circles. So thinking about social media is not for scrolling or for fun. That's something I heard from Holly Hillier recently. I get on these trips because I'm intentional. I do my shit before I scroll. So maybe that's like a hashtag, do your shit before you scroll. I don't know. We got to come up with something fun for that. But it's true. Like, think about which season of life you're in too right now. Maybe you're just in a consistency season. Again, it's totally aligned to your fitness. Maybe you just want to help one person a month. That's totally cool. Maybe you're in a push month and you want to up the numbers or up your income, or it's got to be aligned to that bigger concrete goal for the month that is achievable and broken down week by week to do that. I saw Amanda Milano is like, I have $1,200 left that I want to do. I'm like, cool, show me your income every single week and let's break it down, because I'm not her PS coach. I don't know it all, but I'm going to hold her to it. So I want to hold each of you guys to thinking really hard about what do you want this month and why is it important to you? And if you haven't shared your goals on that goal post, go do it after this call. But know that this is going to be the flow for the month now. Free group, challenge group, coach sneak peek. It's duplicatable. It's easy for you to bring in a new coach and plug them into the system and explain very simply what's going on and what happens every month in our team and build it together. So with that, it's your turn. We got to stop scrolling and start sharing. And the 3 things I want you guys to think about this month is confidence, belief, and paying it forward. So people only believe what you show them. What are you bringing to the table that they want to be a part of? What attention will they get in your group? I think sometimes we think, well, oh, Danielle's been doing this for 7 years and she has so many people, but there's something special to bring in that first person and work one-on-one with them. All my challengers don't get one-on-one attention, right? There's systems that I have in place to do those sorts of things, but there's something to be said about those first 5 challengers you get to cultivate and build yourself. What qualities are you showing, talking about, being, because you are what you attract. So I want you guys to think about, what do I want more of in this community? And what am I going to start giving to cultivate that? So belief, you have to see it and feel it before it actually happens. I've been doing a lot of meditation lately. The Beachbody meditations are incredible for a midday kind of refocus. If you have not tried them, highly recommend. I know Sarah's shaking her head, but I don't always have this sort of energy or excitement for everything I'm doing, but I believe solely in what our community is capable of, and I'm gonna freaking figure it out. And when you lead with that sort of mindset, people want to be a part of it. So this month, pay it forward. Bring new eyes in with the free group. Connect and invite. Like, this is the best freaking party that you can't wait to be a part of. Guys, I had someone message me last week saying, I'm ready to purchase the bike on the 21st and I can't wait to support your team and be a part of it. The bike isn't launching for 3 more weeks, but I told Allie and Jess, I was like, I'm going to sell 2 bikes and help 2 people before we go to Blacksburg at the end of the month, because that's a concrete goal that I can attach myself to. So how do you align your life goals to the business? Because that makes it fun and it makes you paying it forward and people are excited to be a part of that. But it doesn't happen when we sit back and we watch posts in the hub not get likes. I'll say a pet peeve of mine. I told Allie this earlier. I don't want to see another post in our bod group go by without a like or a comment on it for the entire month from here on out. Can we all make that promise to each other? Because everybody deserves to feel loved and appreciated in our groups. And it's all comes back to data of, what does our team need? What do we need? How can we serve? How can we give back with that confidence, belief, and paying it forward? Mic drop. I kept it at 35 minutes. Wow, there's even more of you on here. Any questions, comments? I guess I'm like speechless. I need to take a boomerang. Are you guys excited? Okay, can't give me like, come on, Allie, something. You guys are good? You cool? You ready to go rock the free group? All right. So what I expect is everybody to be loving in the bod group, to leaning into this team. I know my team's doing a Zoom challenge for September. So maybe think about what you can individually do with your challengers to make it fun and exciting, and to lean into the hub, guys, because parties are a lot more fun when you like talk and interact and celebrate and do all the things, right? So thank you guys for being here. Next week, Allie and I will be talking about the launch of Mix and Body. So get ready for that. And let's go kick some butt in September and change a lot of lives. Thank y'all for being here. Love you. I'll see you in the morning on Zoom. Bye, guys.